Hello, everyone. Justin Abramson back with you. J.R. Jones joins me as well as we are going to unveil the groups, divisions for season 7 of OTSL. JR is our commissioner. So, JR, I'll defer to you here. Thank you for hosting this here on my channel. And what do we got going here? How's this going to work?
Thanks for having me, Justin. I would like to say, first of all, I am not the commissioner. I am just one of 3 OTSL staff who are all equals. We do not have anyone above anyone else. Me, Patrick, and our newest, Yark, who has joined us this year. So thank you to him for agreeing to help out. But yeah, so today we're going to be doing our draw. So the first thing I just wanted to show everyone, we have our list of players who are in the league here. You can see a lot of players were in last year, especially in gold. So thank you to everyone for coming back. We did have some openings, so obviously players got slotted in to gold if they were very good. Very high level players already. And then down here we have silver with people who earned it last year, and you can see a lot of new players. So excited. A lot of them are new to competitive Twilight Struggle. So excited to see a lot of them getting involved. We have 140 signed up. So if you are watching this and not signed up yet, please feel free to continue to sign up because we are on 0 on the wait list right now. And I don't think there's ever been a league of anything without at least one player dropping. So it's not too late. The players are ranked over here, and we set pots. Everyone's ranked based on their play deck at the time we pulled it and ITSR at the time we pulled it. So if you're looking at this and saying, hey, mine's different, it's because it was a day or two ago. And then everyone's just ranked in order by their score there. You may notice there is one variation, and that is Mr. Justin Abramson, who we put in the number 1 spot. And that's just because he won the league last year or something. So we were like, I guess he can be the number 1 overall seed. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Justin, you excited to be the number 1 overall seed?
Yes, P001 means a lot to me. I believe I was
Yeah.
P001 last time I won the league, but I was pretty sure it was just because my name is first in alphabetical order as well. But yeah, excited to be in pot 1. But you know what? There's no free wins in OTSL Gold. Lots of good players
No.
everywhere in all the pots. And so that's one of the things I like about it is, you get good players from all over the world. People you might not play in ITSL or in my regional leagues, but in OTSL you could see anybody.
Absolutely. And we did bring the medals back this year. We didn't have them last year, but we brought some medals back. We don't have the years of playing medals, but we do have division winning medals and then trophies for winning gold. And then down here, you can see some trophies for winning ITSL silver. Justin, you don't have one of those, so maybe try getting demoted so you can get one of those next year.
So I can then win silver and kind of round out the collection. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'll probably
Um,
lose my first game and then start talking about how I'm getting demoted and how it's a foregone conclusion. And I look forward to playing silver next season. That's probably what I'll do.
Especially your first game will be against like Michael Stryker or something. So you're
Yep.
like, yep, it's over. I lost to one of the best players in the world. So right here we have our pots. There are going to be 7 divisions in each gold and silver. So there's 7 guys per pot. You can kind of see it here. Like I said, it's based on a combination of your ITSR and your play deck. So we're just going to go through. We're going to fill out our divisions down here in order. So we're going to go from pot 1 to 10. And I got all my wheels over here. So yeah, Justin, you ready to get started?
Let's go.
All right.
Can I get an LFG?
Let's fucking go. First one. The first pick in the draft is going to be Harib.
I love the idea
Justin,
of not playing against Harib.
Yeah, I would like to not be in this group already, if possible. Harib, obviously, everyone knows. He does need to send me the Spanish League team that's going to be competing in the Nations Cup. So, Harib, if you're watching this, if you're in the chat right now, I don't know if he is or not, but if he is,
Looks like
send
only
me a team,
Anton
please.
is chatty right now. Although we do have a few people in chat, but nobody's
Gotcha.
being too chatty.
You're European at least, so go bother Harib about it. You live closer to him than I do.
Okay, that sounds right. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Number 2, Justin. How do you feel about this guy, I think you have a game to schedule against him. Is that correct?
Yeah, it looks like we're playing on Friday at 2:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central European for our All-Star game. So looking forward to that. Obviously, we'll not be streaming that one live. We'll be recording that one, sending it on over to Anton for production on ARZ for All-Star Week.
Yeah. Another reminder: if you're an all-star in here, get your all-star game scheduled. But yeah, very excited about that. Very sad that we won't know the result for just a little bit on that one, but we'll be excited to watch that one on ARZ along with all the other all-star games for sure. Next up, we have Kate. Um, I she was our ITSL silver winner last season. She beat who was it that she beat in the finals? I actually can't remember. Um,
She beat Ed Prem in the semifinals. I'm not sure about the
yeah, she
finals,
beat
though.
she,
I
she
can
beat
look it
Ed
up
Prem
while
in the
you're.
finals. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
I will look it
Yeah,
up for
I
you.
kind of want to say was it maybe Ted Ann?
It's not.
Look that
There's
one up for
no
me.
way it's Anne. Okay, it's got to be
Yeah,
on. There's no way it's Anne. But let's see.
Anton's in chat saying I at least got the name right.
Yes, you
So
did get the name right, which
the
is by far the most important thing. Yes. Um,
yeah.
no. What? But I think you got the outcome wrong. Ted beat her in the silver
Oh,
finals.
really? I am so sorry to Ted. Getting to silver finals, very impressive in and of itself. But my apologies to Ted, who is actually our silver winner. Our next player here was Chris, a Western League player. Very good player. He beat me in the Western League finals. But a very good player. And it just kind of goes to show, like, you look at some of the guys in this pot four, you look at someone like a Chris or a Ted or a Patrick or for any of these guys, this is not who you would expect to see in the pot four of a league necessarily. So,
Yep. Chris,
just a good reminder that
short on letters in his last name, long on Twilight Struggle skill.
that's right. That's absolutely right. Next up, we got Michael. Um, I don't know much about him personally. I don't think I've had the pleasure of playing him. Justin, you ever played him?
Sorry, JR, I don't know the name.
Fair,
We got
fair.
some
I
polls
mean,
in that league, though, in that division.
yeah, yeah, we do. Ooh, and almost me, but just not. We do have Cole Jarvis, a British player. Ooh, I'm gonna need to extend these a bit. I have room for what, 7? Sorry, folks. One. All
Bedard
right,
told me I
Justin.
did a good job pronouncing his name today. That's maybe the most impressive thing I
Did
did.
he?
Yeah. Well, I rolled my R, JR.
Yeah, no, I heard that. No, it was much better than I could do. There was no question about that. I think I said good job in chat when you said it. Next up, we've got Steven here. He's been around for a bit. I recognize the name. Can't say I know a whole lot about him personally, but glad to see him back in the league. Like I said, most of these gold players were either in gold or got promoted to gold last year. So we're very, very grateful to everybody who made it out.
Yeah, Steven, a great, good Atlantic League player. And so glad to see him in OTSL Gold and feel sorry for him that he has to play Harib.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a pretty tough division. I'm going to say that about every division probably, but that is not an easy division by any means. I mean, when you get hurried with your first draw, that's not who you want. This is another name that I just do not recognize. It's a cool name, so I like that, but I have no real opinion on John here, other than that he's Italian.
Nope, I do not know him either. Did he? I wonder if is he new or perhaps with a high play deck rating. I'm not sure, but
Let's take a little peek. Let's just see where he's at. What is his name? John Delfaro.
John, yeah,
There he
59.
is.
There he is.
Not a huge ITSR, but I do think he's a newer player. So
Yeah.
new to the so yeah. And then rounding out the division, let's see who gets to play Harib. It is Chris. I've played Chris a couple of times. I think he's beat me at least once. A good player. Know his brother Browning as well. I believe they're both in Atlantic League. Is that right, Justin?
Oh boy. That's a good question. I know Browning was, but I am not sure about Chris. Now, boy, this is embarrassing that I will
There.
not know that off the top of my head. Now I have to go. Now I have to go look.
Well,
Um,
while you look,
yeah. Nope. No,
I'll go ahead
Chris.
and get started on the next group here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just
you were
round.
right. You were
The
right.
older of the Gentrys are not in Atlantic League.
And of course, Chris does have one of my favorite play deck names.
Yes.
Some classic brotherly love there. And next up, speaking about him a little earlier, we have Michael Stryker himself. Not that I want to necessarily be in any of these leagues, but I really would like to avoid the Michaels and the Haribs of the world if possible. And
These
probably the
are yeah.
Tomases. He just beat me up on stream a little bit.
Yeah, these are two of the biggest names in the game. Definitely Twilight Struggle household names. Oh, and there's another Twilight Struggle household name for Pod 2.
Absolutely. There is the king of ARZ, Anton. Probably happy he can go ahead and leave now. He doesn't have to watch the rest of this stream.
Well, he's definitely going to want to know who he gets in this division.
He's getting hurt.
Oh, that's right.
He is
ARZ's on.
getting hurt. Yeah, he is on. ARZ is on, I think, or was on, and Peter's getting harassed in the chat to go play a game. So that's pretty funny as well. Sorry, Peter. This is a new player. He's new to the competitive scene. Chinese player, obviously, but had a very impressive. I think it was close to 1800 play deck. We all know your play deck rating is a little different if you just play lobby games, play ITSR games, but still excited to see what he does and happy to have him in the league.
Yeah, I like seeing some new players in these in OTSL Gold.
Absolutely. Justin, any thoughts? I don't know that I've played him a whole lot, but I assume you have.
Pavel? Yeah, I've definitely played him before. I think he's gotten the best of me a couple of times. I want to say once with an OTSL, once with an RTSL. We've maybe I'm not sure, but I know Pavel's a good player, and yeah, but as you said, joins a lot of good players in Pod 4.
Next up, we've got a Korean player, Young Jun Park. I wish that would stop popping up, but I tried closing WhatsApp and it disagreed. So it's just going to live with that. So next up was Young Jun, a very good Korean player.
All the Korean players seem to be pretty good. Regular.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong region, I would say. No doubt about that. Next up, we have good old me.
Oh,
that's what we would like to
who
see.
it is. There we go. J.R. Jones.
There we go. I think, did Patrick sneak in here? Yeah, Patrick snuck in here and fixed my... I love that. I get that. So that guy's a scrub. That's an easy win for everyone in this group. I'm excited to play Anton. I think I've only played him once or twice in a real game.
Yeah, you guys need to make an event out of that. I love the double stream games.
Yeah, those are fun. So we'll definitely do that.
Oh, speaking of double stream games.
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is.
We got the streamer group. We got the streamer group here. I love that. One of my first YouTube videos, if you go back towards the beginning, like my third ITSL game or something, was against Derek. And I think it was a pretty good game. It's kind of embarrassing to go back and watch games from then because I was very, very new to Twilight Struggle, so I make some pretty boneheaded plays. But that was a pretty entertaining one overall. So yeah, excited to get some revenge against him. I haven't played Derek in a match in a long time. Next up, you got an idea on this one? How to pronounce that?
Can't say as I do. Can't say as I do. Maybe we have some French. Maybe we have some French folks who can help us out, but I do not know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Bachara, which is probably wrong. I am guessing he may be of Middle East or North African descent based on the last name, but I am not an expert at those languages either.
If I have to register a guess, I would go Behara rather than Bashara, but we'll see.
There we go.
We'll see.
I like Behar. That's a good one. That's a good one. We're doing good work here, I think. Next up, we got Hickam, our resident Belgian player, um, captain of Team Belgian, a good player. Happy to have him in the league, and
Knocked
happy to
us out
have
of
him in my
Nations
division
Cup
keys.
in my first go around with Team USA.
Yeah, he's a nice guy and he's easy to schedule with. Really. And we got one more French player here to end it all, end this division. Yeah, there's our second division there. That is not a division I'm happy to be in. I may edit myself out of it later to cheat because I don't want to play all these guys. They're all really good players, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's that. I'm glad to avoid that group.
Starting our third, we've got Ryan, who might be around. He pops in and out of streams. Oh, fuck. I pulled his name. Um, as with all of the Pot 1 players, Ryan is an all-time great Twilight Struggle player. Is Ryan on Team USA, Justin? He's
Yes,
one
he
of
is
your
on
guys,
Team
right?
USA. He plays in Atlantic League. He's 2-0 in Champions League right now. He's got an OTSL title under his belt, as well as an Atlantic League title. He's good at this game.
And he will be playing a pretty new player, but who's been taking us by storm a little bit. Wei Ran.
I've seen him all over the chat, but I have not played him before. No, he's a new player, but
yeah,
I think he's an all-star as well.
Yeah, he's an all-star this year. He's a newer. I think this is ITSL, but he's shot way up there. I mean, you can see he's in pot 2, and it's a well-deserved pot 2. So excited to see how he does in this league. Next up, we got another Brit, Ricky.
Saw Ricky in OTSL playoffs my first season. He's definitely a good player.
Yeah.
Commented a game with him a couple of weeks ago.
Nice. And here we go. Some OTSL staff. We got Patrick, a very good player. Hugely helpful for OTSL. I mean, you can see he's little boxes there as I go. So shout out to him.
Oh,
OTSL would not exist without him because I couldn't do all of the stuff that he does for it.
JR, I just got an anonymous tip from, oh my God, literally that guy. That Weyron is a she.
That what?
That Weyron is a she, not a he.
Oh, I am so sorry. My deepest apologies to Weyron. I apologize.
I didn't know either.
Honestly, maybe we should start asking people what their pronouns are. Honestly, because I just sexistly assume that people are a guy unless I know otherwise. So my apologies.
But this is the United States. I think we've outlawed pronouns now. I believe that's what the new administration wants.
The problem is if we don't use pronouns, I need to use full names, and Lord knows that I can't do that. So I think I'd rather go to prison for pronoun usage. But this guy, Tassos, obviously is the most prolific player in Twilight Struggle. If you're in a tournament that he can join, he's in it. He helps run. He does a lot of the work for ITSL. Couldn't do ITSL without him. He does all the Grand Slams. He does the World Cup. He does the convention. I think he runs both the Greek and the UK leagues. I think that covers just the 1 or 2 tournaments he runs, but there is no community without Tassos. So a nice group of community leaders in this pot. And next up, we have a Canadian player, a Joy, a good player. I've played him a lot of times. He plays in the Western League, I believe, along with some of the other leagues. I've played him a lot of times. He's a good player.
Yep. I believe he pronounces his name Ajoy, but I cannot be sure about that. I played against him one time, and I asked him, and I believe that's what he said. So Ajoy.
Well, Patrick's in chat saying Weyron is maybe they, them. So whatever. I'll honestly just ask them. They're on WhatsApp. I'm just going to ask them.
Yes, yes, they are active. He, she, or They are very active in the
They,
chat, and so I'm sure would respond to a query
yeah,
of that
yeah,
nature.
yeah. Next up, we have is it Matthias? Matthias?
Matthias would be my guess. Yeah,
Matthias was my first guess. Um, I think one of our only that's Denmark. Is that correct?
it
That
looks
flag?
like yeah, it looks like
One of our
Danish
only
to me. Yeah,
one of our only Danes. But a stalwart of the community, often around. So glad to have them. And then next up we have Andrea, um, who I am still pretty sure, despite in America, I would maybe assume that that was going to be a woman. I am pretty sure that is a man.
we screwed it up
But I could be
again.
wrong. I've been wrong before.
Matthias, Matthias says Anton. We screwed it up again.
Matthias. Okay, Anton. I don't want to call anyone out, but Scandinavian languages are fake. So
This
just be
is
grateful
true.
that I'm
Yep.
saying
Mm-hmm.
so just be grateful I'm saying your names at all. Honestly. Next up, we have Ed Frem. He came up just short. Like you mentioned, he lost in the semifinals of OTSL Silver, but definitely has a well-earned spot in gold, and I hope that he does well. Very nice guy. He has his YouTube channel that you should watch. He plays a ton of war games on there, not just Twilight Struggle. Just a really,
Entertaining,
really
yes,
nice, friendly
entertaining
guy.
channel as well.
And then last we have Chris Flynn. The name is familiar, but I don't know him. Do you know anything about him, really, Justin?
I do not know.
Fair.
Isn't
He
that the
he
isn't that the
was in.
guy who was Trump's national security advisor in 2017 and then got fired? Is that him?
That's probably him. That's probably actually who it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
thank you. I mean, he would have all the time in the world now, probably.
yeah.
But he also was in OTSL Silver into gold, so well deserved to him too. Good luck. All right, next pot. I'm gonna keep you waiting, Justin.
Yep. Current world number one slotting in here.
Yep, number one in the world, 3-0 in champion, two-time OTSL champion. Two players who's a two-time OTSL champion,
Defending ITSL
um,
champion.
defending ITSL champion.
Other than that, he's terrible.
Yeah, other than that. Next up, we've got, is it Aaron? He's been around for a while. He's a very good player. He's captain Israel,
Oh, don't talk to
who
me
had
about
been on
Team
a very
Israel.
hot. I was gonna say had been on a very hot streak, knocked the USA out. I think a couple years in a row. I think they'd won 7 or 8 team games in a row before they lost the semifinals this year. It was a very, very good one.
Wrong.
And they are back, so glad to have them.
Wrong. Wrong.
Oh,
Wrong.
okay,
They are
okay.
undefeated in 8 consecutive games leading up to that. They did not win 8 in a row. They tied us in the championship game and won on playdeck criteria. That is not a win. They are undefeated. They have an 8-game undefeated streak that was just snapped. Sorry to be pedantic,
Absolutely
JR,
correct.
but obviously that
No, no.
distinction is important, and I'm definitely not bitter about something that happened over a year ago.
No, not at all. Why would you be? Speaking of Team USA players, Scott Sennin, great player, member of USA, longtime stalwart in the community. I don't think I've ever actually played, honestly, but he's been around for forever.
He's a good guy, likes to take some risks. Good guy to have on board on team games because he'll suggest something wild and crazy. And sometimes you got to talk him down, but sometimes a play he suggests will win you the game.
Absolutely. Those guys are very important to have on your team. You want someone who's maybe suggesting something a little out there. Next up, we've got Farad. Very good player. I'm glad to see him. He was pretty busy in his personal life. Had just welcomed a child earlier this year. So was not sure if he was going to make it back to OTSL or not, but looks like he decided he will have enough time. So we're very excited that he made it back.
I didn't know Twilight Struggle players
Great
had
player.
personal lives, so that's great to know.
It is surprising how many these people have, full families and lives outside of Twilight Struggle.
Yeah.
Next up, speaking of people with lives outside of Twilight Struggle, we have Josiah Emery. He had taken a little time off for his personal life, but I'm very happy to see him back. So yeah, basically the same deal as Farad. Like I don't, not the same reason necessarily, but he had taken a little time off from Twilight Struggle. Didn't know if he was going to come back for this. He made it back, and I'm very excited. It's always nice to see our players return.
Yeah, post his games on YouTube, I believe. He finished runner-up in Atlantic League, won OTSL silver. So looking to add some more hardware to his collection.
Next up here we have Max. Um, don't know him super well. Good player, but I don't have a whole lot of personal experience with him. So
Atlantic League player. Had a bit of an up and down season in Atlantic League this year, but won a couple of close games, and not a guy you want to count out.
yeah, I mean, I've heard Atlantic League's tough. Some people have some pretty bad seasons there, even if they're a player.
Yeah,
so
can confirm.
next up we have Laurent.
Wow, you
Definitely
pronounced that
can't say the
correctly.
T. Yeah, you can't say the T. I know that French tries to trick you by just throwing random letters in there, but you can't say it. He's a good player. I played him a bunch of times. He's one of those guys who I just always a cross game or something. Played him a lot. Good player. Excited to see him in the league. Next up, Pavel. Another very good player. Honestly, really probably not who you want to see in a pot 8 draw here. An excellent player. Very glad he made it. All of his email was trying to reject OTSL email, so I had to kind of reach out to him and get him to approve it. But he signed up, and I'm excited to have him.
Plus, the U.S. is now getting friendlier toward Belarus as well. So happy to have him in the league.
That's right. That's right. Maybe I can get a position as an ambassador, dude. Look at all these other country people kind of know. Owner, good player. He won the Fantasy Twilight Struggle League, I think, last year, maybe. I might be wrong on that. But a good player, active in the chat, very nice guy. He has an owl profile picture, I think, which I see a lot, which makes me laugh. And then we have Leonard here, Leonard Petrov, who I believe was in last year and made the playoffs. Let's fact check me there. Yes, correct. He had earned gold last year. I think he was in silver last year and earned gold through that. So well earned to him.
Okay, he's going to throw him into the fire for Gold League and see what he can do.
Yep. All right. Let's see if we can draw. There we go.
All right.
Justin is 2-time OTSL champ, doing well in the Champions League. What other hardware do you have, Justin? What other medals do you have?
2-time OTSL champ and OTSL third place. That'd be it.
Dude, you got to get in some Grand Slams or something. Get some of those fake trophies like I have in there.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. This friggin' guy.
I'm excited to watch that one. Justin versus Harry games are usually. I do think the last time you played him, you kind of beat him up, right?
I turned 3 steamrolled him last time, but got real lucky in that one. But usually our games are tough.
Yeah, so excited to see him. Another good French player here. Another guy that I feel like I've played quite a few times. Justin, have you played him?
I have, yes. I got a narrow victory against him in OTSL, I want to say 2 seasons ago. How do you pronounce his name, JR?
Is it Anthony?
No, it's not. It's Antoine.
Antoine. Yeah. See, I was trying to ask you a question so that I could.
Speaking of pronunciations.
Okay. I haven't been listening to the voice note recently. I'm just gonna. You did it great early. I'll give it a try. It's Vidart Laracotea. Is my best one. I can't roll my R's, so
no, I
don't
think without
me.
I think that's right. Except you need to roll the R. Laracotea.
Yeah, I just can't do it. But Vidart, a great player. Um,
Yeah, he's in the chat
very
and
nice guy, right?
he has something to say.
Yeah, not again. Well, I'm trying, man. If I was making fun of Scandinavian languages earlier, like, I don't even ask because but Jeremy Anders. Now there's a name. I think everybody should just be named Jeremy Anders because I can say that.
Yes.
An all-star this year, a longtime member of Team Illinois, and all-around nice guy.
I watched Jeremy's first game back in the community, and I think he like filled up Israel before going into Egypt. And that was about 4 years ago. And since then, he's grown quite a bit and become a great player.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Excited to see what he does in All Stars. I forget who his matchup is to see it. Um, Next up, we have Tomas. Tomash, right? It's like a SH at the end when it's the Z.
I think
Um,
it's a sh. Yeah.
yeah. There's a couple of these Tomash running around, but a good player. Excited to have him in the league. Next up, we have Aaron. A player who I don't know if I personally have played him, but he's been around. I definitely have seen his a lot of leagues.
How do you pronounce that name? How do you?
I actually don't know, and it's a problem because there's a guy at my who has the same last name. Luckily, he does not share his first name with anyone, so I never have to say his last name. But I don't know how to say that last name.
I don't either. I think I want to some reason I think you add a vowel to the start, like say ing or ing or something. I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, that I think that's probably right. Um, and there's Mr. Browning, uh, also known as Chris's brother. Um, a good
Captain of
player.
Team
Very glad to have
Virginia.
him. He is captain of Team Virginia. He's been helping out with some of the website stuff. He's a very nice guy, very friendly. And we're glad to have him. Hopefully he does good this season and he sticks around. Justin, I'll let you talk about this guy.
No. Is he in my?
He's in your division.
No. I've forgotten for a second that these were people in my division. Oh God, Jeff just beat me at PresCon again for the second year in a row. I've played Jeff twice, both in person. Both times I've gotten beat. So not excited to see Jeff in my division. That is not great.
Well, maybe you can get you'll have play deck on your, and then rounding it off, Chris, who I don't personally know, but I believe a silver promotion. So wishing him the best of luck in gold this season.
Okay, rounds off that
So,
division. All right, Jeff Watkins.
yeah, what do you think of that division? That's a tough one. There's some. I mean, some players you're familiar with for sure, but some tough ones. Jeff in there, Harry. I think you have some even matches with when you're not Team 3 streamrolling him. So
Yes. Oh, Bartosz. Hmm.
okay,
This freaking guy.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna fill these both out as we go. I'm gonna try to do both here. Um, so first division is gonna be BH. Um, a great Korean player. He's been around for a while now. He's in Champions League. He won Champions League last year. So that's one of our toughest leagues. So I mean, if you can do that,
No longer
watch
a
out.
Grand Slam specialist.
No. I don't. Oh, it's because I did it with O's instead of zeros, like an idiot. Let's just make sure this goes in. There we go. Okay, very good. Go ahead and close that wheel.
Bartosz is really good at sending his games in for ARZ, so we've seen a lot of him.
Yeah. Next up, we have two Korean players here. The one who was selected is David Chu. He's been around for a while. I recognize the name. I don't know if I played him. Justin, have had the pleasure?
Yeah, I have. I played him a couple times in RTSL. and had a couple of nail biters with him. Had one a nail biter with him in OTSL. I think I've won a couple, lost one to him. Good player. I don't know this other guy though. Maybe you can talk about him. I don't think he's very good.
That guy sucks. And the only thing worse than Alex would be someone who to Alex, which I don't think either of us would do, especially not on stream while he talks to us about how he's beating us.
Yeah.
Um, but Alex is a very good player. He's a very nice guy. WhatsApp chat.
Yes, we have to say that.
Discord.
We do have to say that. You're right.
Um,
We love you, Alex.
yeah. Next up, we have Hooli, our one of our main website designers. Very, very, very grateful to him for all of his help with getting the new site up and running. Going back to the Stone Ages was not fun, but he got us back up and into a pretty good spot already. So thank you to him. And yeah, best of luck during the season. And then Justin, you can talk about
Makis. Yeah. He was an all-star last season. I've commented a couple of games with him. Great player. And yeah, already that last division shaping up to be a tough one.
Yep. Next up, we have Ted, who I incorrectly said had lost, but actually was our OTSL Silver Champion. And he's going into apparently the Korean division, is what I'm doing here.
Okay,
a lot of Koreans there. Yeah, there's 3 of them. That's pretty shocking. Because there aren't, all things considered, there aren't that many Koreans here. I mean, there's like, I think that's okay. That's crazy. But he's a very good player. Excited to see how he does in gold. Obviously, winning OTSL Silver is no task either. So congratulations to him. And then next we have Warren. Justin, I think you know Warren a little bit, right?
Played him once in OTSL. Played him during a horrific losing streak I had, so I'm pretty sure he beat me. I thought Warren played on Team California. No?
Yeah, I was going to say that afterwards. I for some reason I thought that you'd played him a couple times, but yeah, no, he's one of the newer members of Team California. He joined kind of part of the way through the U.S. Cup last year, but he's a really, really good player to have on the team. He regularly will think of, everyone's just like, okay, let's just put 3 in France. We need to do that. But he's the kind of guy who will be like, well, what if instead we poke this or that? Like he provides some really, really good suggestions to the team. Really happy he's there. He's been a huge benefit to Team California. Absolutely.
Yeah. Can't listen to those guys all the time, but listening to them in the right moments wins you games.
Next up, we have Jordan. Is he in the chat?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'm going to kick him
it
from the
says
league then.
no. It said that my little screen says he. No, he is. There he is. There he is. Oh, he has already got his description already set up.
Yeah. He had that copy paste ready to. Yeah, I was gonna say he's beat me up a bunch of times. So well earned. I'm glad. I'm honestly glad he's. And then last we have Justin Kerr. Goes by Abyssal.
He
He's a
streamed
good
his games
player.
for a hot second too.
Yeah. I think I recruited him from like the lobby one time. I kind of think that I played him in like a lobby game. I was like, hey, you should play in these leagues, and he did. So I was happy about that.
Yeah.
I might be making that up, but he's not in chat to confirm or deny, so it must be true. Next up, someone who definitely is in chat, Peter France. Justin, you want to talk about Peter?
Yeah. Peter's definitely a good player. Was an all-star last year. I actually had a few beers with him a few months ago in Arlington, Virginia. Peter was visiting the States. Spends his time in Turkey, so very friendly to my preferred scheduling time. But yeah, great guy, and I'd like to see. He's drawn himself an interesting division with 3 Korean players.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be good he's in Turkey because it's a little difficult to schedule with the East Asian players from America sometimes. The time zones are a little tough, at least on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Nils. This is a guy who I recognize the name. He's been around, but I personally. I don't know if you have any insight, Justin.
I have not either.
Yeah, been around a lot though. I'm kind of surprised I've never played him, but is what it is. And then we also have Peter. Do you know Peter, Justin? I can't. That's a question I actually don't.
I just played him the other night. Beat him. Play deck beat him the other night in ITSL. So he had a good start in ITSL. Opened up something like a 6-0, something like that. He's fallen off the pace a little bit, but still sitting at 9-5, and definitely in good position to make the playoffs. Although he does have work to do. So newer player this year to ITSL. I'm sure not new to the game in general though.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Next up here, we have Mike. Another one of those names that I recognize a lot. I might have once. I don't have quite the memory that Justin has, where I can instantaneously remember every game I've ever played. So I don't recall. And then John Kim, I think, is a newer player. Might be pretty new to competitive Twilight Struggle, but wishing him the best as well.
Indeed, yeah. Mike currently leads his division at 6-3 in ITSL. So a lot of work left to do.
So he's doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes to show. I mean, someone leading their division in ITSL goes to show. None of these guys are pushovers. We got Milos here.
I suspect it's Milosh, but I could be wrong.
Milosh, I don't know. Someone who I personally don't know too much about.
I'm getting that from Seinfeld because there was a character named Milosh.
Oh yeah, okay. And then Peter, Justin, this is one of your, right?
What?
Or was that a different Peter that I'm thinking of?
Nope. This is, and I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well then, never mind. And finally, we have Markle here. A good guy, a nice guy. Helping host the what do you call it? The convention, right? I think he's one of the guys helping host that in Basque Country this year. And then Lucas, a good player, was not able to participate in Nations Cup this year as team captain because they just didn't have enough guys. But glad to see that he's here at least.
Indeed.
Okay, and then that will do it for gold. So gold is now set. Next,
we have to pick a group of
go
death, though,
ahead.
Right?
Yes. We have to figure out the group of death. Let me just set up my next wheels here. I show my background. Justin will set it as his thumbnail on YouTube and dox me. So
JR is married, folks.
Yeah. Horrible secret that I'm married and I love my wife. So Justin, look at these groups. Which group are you going to call the group of death? And I'm going to have to scroll. I can just maximize.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So looking at those groups there. I think, honestly, for me, the one I want to be in the least is this man with Orc group. I think that, Tomas is obviously one of the great players. Aron's a great player. Scott, Firat, going down this list, there's not a single player I'm like, oh, that's someone who I'm pretty comfortable that I could beat. Like, everyone on this list is a very good player.
Yeah, I think so. That's probably your group of death. And two-time champion Tomas, and just top to bottom though. A lot of great players there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no one that's going to be a very, very tough group. Which is not to say any of these other ones are going to be easy, but I think that's probably my hardest group.
Oh, Peter does say that his division's easy. So Eagle Bear has landed is the group of life, according to chat.
All right. Well, that's a bold claim. We'll see how that goes for him.
Does Sarah ever get a word in edgewise, JR? It's from Jordan.
From Jordan. Do I talk a lot? Is that what we're saying? No, she doesn't actually. Um, that's why she married me. Is she's a quiet woman, so she can just sit there while I yap all day. It's a classic
She's used to
dynamic, I
people
think.
yapping at her, right?
So
Isn't she a teacher?
yeah, she's a teacher. I mean, I'm at least slightly better than the average seventh. So
Oh my goodness. You see what's going on in the
um,
chat right now,
just
JR. All right. We're going to have to move on.
yeah,
We messed that up.
yeah. All right, Jordan. Jordan's getting pro OTSL. That's what's gonna happen. So now we're gonna start with our OTSL Silva players. And Justin, I think it will be likely that we're going to be a little less common with a lot of these. A lot of these newer to Twilight Struggle in general. So I'm just going to kind of start rolling here. If you have, I'll say their name as best I can, but if you have something to add, please just jump in and add it.
Sure.
Because I don't know a lot of these players. No, nothing against them, just haven't played many of them,
Yeah.
including Presmek here. I personally don't know.
Yeah, I haven't either. But you know what? This is where the next, group of big Twilight Struggle names come from. You don't start out as a household name.
Absolutely.
I don't know. So obviously, Michael McKibben, I do know. He is an Atlantic League player. Finished third in the PresCon tournament this year. So happy to have Michael aboard in OTSL. This is a guy, I believe, who bounces back and forth regularly between silver and gold. He's right on the border.
Yeah, a lot of these pot 1, 2, and 3 players would have probably been in gold last year, since we do some demotions. I don't know how many exactly came back that got demoted, but a decent number of these players probably or were in gold last year and made it back. Peter, very nice guy, very active in the WhatsApp chat. I don't know if I've actually ever played him at Twilight Struggle, but he's very active in the chat. Very nice guy, friendly. Runs the Netherlands League. So very glad to have him in the league and in the community. David Young, don't know him, but I do know he was one of our very last signups to get.
Squeaked in just under the wire.
Emily slash M Dash is a pretty active on the modding page in the Discord. She has a really cool mod that I think Jordan at least uses, and a couple other people too, that kind of speeds some stuff up and have some other quality of life changes. Partners with Goddess Ash. I don't want to say married because I don't remember, but a very nice person. What about Matt, Justin?
Matt Dominsky. Oh man, don't go into Pakistan when you're playing this guy. Just concede Pakistan and India.
Alejandro, I played him once or twice. I don't particularly recall the games, but I do recognize the name. And he's from Chile, which we don't have a lot of players from.
One of my very first DEF CON wins came against him.
We have, I'm going to say Carolee, maybe Carly.
Sure.
You might know him as the guy who's kind of hard to look up on the website because he has multiple special letters and kind of awkward spots in his name.
Yep, JR, we have 2 Michael McKibbens. Thank you, Patrick, for pointing that out. Michael has got 2 slots in duck cover.
Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? Who did I just add?
Missing
I
a
just
pot 3
added.
person?
I'm trying to see if I were missing a pot 3 person or if I just double counted him. No, you're right. Okay, so it's Peter because I drew Peter. Yep, there we go. Thank you, Patrick. Appreciated. Okay. Kill Collins. Name that I don't personally know. I think he's been around for a bit. I don't know if he's been super active in the community, but excited to see him getting involved in OTSL.
And he joined DC Grand Slam last year. So thank you, Tom.
Nice. Yeah. So he's been around a couple times. Hopefully he'll get more involved.
Speaking of DC Grand Slam, everyone in the chat needs to go ahead and sign up for that right away.
I think I did do that, so you're welcome for that. And then lastly, we have Otto here. I don't know if Anton recruited him or not, but best of luck to him. All right, moving right on. Luis. He was definitely a gold player last year. Definitely going to be looking for some revenge in silver, and wishing him the best of luck there. Is that Logarius, Mike Logan? I think it is. I played him a bunch of times.
Oh,
He's
I
a
don't
nice
know.
guy. He's a good. I believe that is his name. We've got Dylan. Can't say I know him. Francesco.
Got to be Francesco, right?
Whoops. Francesco. Yeah, it's got to be. Absolutely. You are correct. Goose. I is Anton still in chat?
Uh,
Tell me how to say that one. If it's not Goose.
Anton is gone. No Anton.
Damn. Well, I apologize because I'm saying that.
It looks
That's
like
right,
Goose
but
to me.
I don't even know. But I don't know what it would be.
No.
A different Paul. Not familiar with him, but good luck. Oh, damn it. There he is. Uh, Another newer Polish player, I believe. So at least got a couple Poles in that group. Makes scheduling a little easier. This is a name that I recognize, Pat, but couldn't tell you much more than that. I have seen his name before. Same goes for Richard here.
I think Richard played a lot of his ITSL games early last year. He was one of those guys who just get everybody's just getting on the schedule early. So love a proactive scheduler in any level of any league.
Absolutely. Absolutely. To anybody who is proactively scheduling, it's a huge help to everyone. And everyone should do it. Just email guys. Just be like, hey, can you play? Most of the time they say yes. And then rounding out Travis Steele, which is a very cool name. Steele is a cool last name for sure. Justin, you know this guy.
Yes, name is Jim Hafley. Rhymes with safely. Played with him. Met him last year at PresCon. Hung out with him this year at PresCon. We played Twilight Struggle and all kinds of other games, including a game called Crokinole. JR, have you ever played Crokinole?
I actually have not played that game. I am familiar with it, but I myself.
Yep, there's some pressure being applied to me to buy a board so we can all play because it was fun. But yeah, Jim's a good player, and he's he's gonna be a tough out in OTSL Silver. So I'm looking to see him in gold next season.
All right, and we are covering the Anglosphere, American. So that's a fun little fact
Special
about this group.
relationships
I don't
abound.
think absolutely. Um, can't say I know much about these players that I am drawing right now, though. Other than that they are great because they signed up for OTSL, and I appreciate that. Bledson, a Brazilian player. Don't have a lot of those, so that's exciting. He should tell his friends, get some more in the league. Riley Dosh. Don't believe I've played her, but she's been pretty active. She's in quite a few leagues, I think.
Yep, and she also is captain of
So
Team
glad to have
Minnesota.
her.
So very glad to have
That's
Riley
right. That's
on
right.
board.
We had another Australian in there. It's Stephen Yin. Um, don't know him, but funny that we got the two Australians into the same group here.
All right, so it's just a little bit of a tough scheduling thing going on for our Americans. So maybe reach out early, get those games done early.
Absolutely, you've got like a I don't know 16 to 13 hour time difference. Or something. So yeah, get those ones in. James, Canadian, count it. That's another Anglosphere country. We like that. And finishing it off, we have Sean Doyle. Speaking of getting names wrong, Justin, I didn't know anyone named Sean who was spelled that way for a while. When I was like a very young kid, fully thought it was like seen until I think I said like until I think I heard someone say Sean Bean out loud, and I was really glad that I had never said it out loud because I was like, ooh, that would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, my brother is named Sean and spells it with an EA. But yeah, I thought. I mean, I'm no better. I thought I thought the name Seamus was Seamus for a while. Did not realize it was Seamus.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's basically the same mistake.
and now I just voluntarily get on stream and butcher people's names from right here. Casey Alexander, very nice guy, very active community in Western League, in ITSL, all over the place. Captain of Team Washington, who won last year. Is that correct, Justin?
Yes, Jr. They may have knocked us out with 4 missed Quagmire rolls.
Yeah, that does sound right to me, if I'm remembering correctly.
I love missing
but they went on to
Quagmire
win the
rolls.
whole thing.
I'm so good at missing Quagmire rolls.
It's honestly pretty impressive how many Quagmire rolls you miss. I don't remember the last time I've seen you get out. John is a great name, especially when spelled with an H. If you don't know, my actual name is John, but no one calls me that. So there's a fun fact for you if you're watching this stream still. Next up, Joshua. Oh, and Casey lives kind of near my wife's family, Washington. I want to try and meet up with him because he seems like a very nice guy. So hopefully I'll meet him in person this summer or around the holidays.
Yeah.
James Robinson. That's a name that I recognize. It's been around, but don't know a whole lot about him personally. Raffle? No, it can't be Raffle.
I say Rafal, but that could be wrong.
That was what I said first, but it didn't sound right when I said it. But I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert on Polish, so. Pal. Jarrett. I think is one of our newer players, maybe new to the. Georgios. There's a lot of those guys running around, so I can't say that I recognize him. Is this just Michael as well?
I don't know. Could be.
Me either.
All right.
I'm just going to call him Michael.
Tassos and Makis, I believe, are around, so maybe they'll tell us. No. Sorry, I thought that was a Greek guy. No, okay. Well, Anton's not.
No, that's a Swede. So. Yeah. Should have done silver first, so Anton had to stick around and tell me his names. Brad, I have played. He's a good player. He's been around for a while. I think he was in gold and going to be fighting to get back up there. So best of luck to him this season.
He was in gold. Yeah, I beat him last year in a close game. Brad, the real McCoy. I'm sure he'll be back soon.
Fabrizio. I think I played him once or twice. I think he was a pretty good player, but I don't.
Isn't that one of Leonardo DiCaprio's buddies in Titanic?
I haven't watched that one in a while. I'll have to queue it up.
I think one of his named Fabrizio.
Okay. Matthew. Oh fuck. Well, we're going to ignore that. We'll get back to that reel later. Yawn. I assume it's Yawn and not Jan, but I could be wrong.
We'll go with Jan.
We'll go with Yawn. Tyler. Tyler Nelson.
Well, Michael Mitchell just hung out with
that
that guy
one,
a couple days ago. He played in the Twilight Struggle tournament, won in the first round, before eventually falling in the second. To
is it Michael Mitchell or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, no, Michael Mitchell. That's the guy.
I was just gonna say, was it him or Michael McKibben? Same call.
Yeah, that's McKibben. McKibben and I are proud pioneers.
I always get them.
Yes.
That's right.
But Michael Mitchell is a member of Atlantic League and also goes to PresCon.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm jealous of all you Atlantic people who can go there without having to fly across the country.
Yeah.
Ryan Francis, another newer player, I believe. I think he played one league long ago, but he's come back, which is always exciting. And Jake Verma has been around a bit. I recognize that name, but I don't think I've had the pleasure. Rounding it out with Steve here. Cool. Okay, just 2 more divisions left. We'll get through them real quick and we'll get you guys out of here. Yark, our newest OTSL staff, we are so grateful to him. It is difficult to run a league with only 2 players, especially then if or something, like, people go on vacation or something and they don't want to be in Hawaii updating spreadsheets. So grateful to have him. So grateful he agreed to help. Hopefully he can get back up to gold and join us for next season, but a huge help. I think he helps out RTSL too. So
yeah,
he's deeply in the community.
Yeah, for sure. He's a mainstay in the Stalin division in RTSL. So a little surprised to see him in OTSL Silver, but I suspect he will be. He'll be a big favorite this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he just had a time, but I'm sure he'll be back. Charlie Wilson, who I don't believe I've played, but I always think of the book/movie or whatever, Charlie Wilson's War, when I see him, which is even Cold War relevant. So that's fun. And then Nathan Wagner, he's been around for a long time. He's a good player. And this is the wheel that I accidentally had spun. But that's okay. So Adrian.
This guy beat Ted the other day. And Ted was mad about it. So nice.
Well,
nice job,
then I support
Adrian.
him. Yeah, I support him then. And then Addison Williamson, who I am not going to use any pronouns because I feel that name would go either way. This is a newer player, but he has been pretty active. I think ITS.
Yeah,
very glad to have him.
I think he joined Team New York as well for US Cup.
That's awesome. I mean, I love to see new people getting in and getting involved. So I'm very happy to see that. Super excited to see that he joined OTSL as well. Hopefully he has a good run here. I mean, is it just Diogo? Is it like Diego but with an O?
That's how I'd go. That's how I'd go with it.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. And Frederick as the other player. Next up, we have. He's French, so Franck, perhaps.
Yeah, sure, I'll accept it.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. And then last from this group, we have Ashley Freeman. She is a streamer. So check out her Ash. She usually, what do you call it? Advertises in the Discord. So yeah, go check out her streams. And she also posts to YouTube. which is nice because then you can watch VODs without having to watch ads that Twitch puts in, which is always a plus.
I rely on those ads to supplement my income, JR.
That's true. Make sure you subscribe or watch Justin's ads. His family's barely getting by because he makes $2 a month on Twitch.
Yeah. It's more like $10 a month. But yeah, that's tough to
You're rolling in it.
it's tough to support a kid and a mortgage with on the $10 a month from Twitch.
Well, you're pretty old, so I mean your mortgage is probably like 8 or something.
Sure, we'll say that. We'll definitely won't say that I bought a house just only 3 years ago. We definitely won't say that.
Hey, better than me. I bought a house in 2024, so my mortgage is all of my salary. They just garnish it direct.
That's about right.
Yeah, but hey, I bought a house. I mean, I'm 31 and I have a house. That's honestly not that bad.
No, Jordan, I'm not getting $10 a month from Twitch ads. But I do get some subscribers. I do get $2.37 a month from Jeff Bezos, courtesy of JR, usually courtesy of Max, and so that definitely helps supplement things. The ads are usually, I don't know, a couple bucks a month.
If anything, getting the money from Twitch is actually a detriment because then declare it on your taxes, and it's really annoying having a separate 1099 because you made $100.
Oh yeah, my tax guy had a good laugh at my expenses. Like, yeah, what's this $50? What is this $50 you're sending me?
You're like, that is the most important $50
yes.
I made this year. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, rounded off there with how would you say this one? I don't know how I would say that. JOAO. I know how to say Chris.
Zhao?
I can say Chris, but
Zhao?
Zhao? Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That's a guess. That's a guess.
Any Portuguese people in the chat, shout out, let us know. But yeah, so there is our divisions there for the league. That is set. We have a little more work to do in just setting up and everything now, but we are very on track for the email to go out welcoming everyone to the league and starting it on Saturday, March 1st, which is right when we had hoped to start. So yeah, thank you everyone for signing up. It's not too late to sign up. If you wanted to, you can still get onto the wait list. Unfortunately, some of these players will drop, and we would love to have you take their spot.
Yeah, that's great. We've got a lot of good divisions here, and I look forward to getting going on my schedule. Except for Jeff. I want to play him dead last and hope he drops.
So yeah, thank you everyone. Check those OTSL emails soon. Upcoming, make sure you watch all of the All-Star games. Show them. Make sure you get your ITSL games in a timely manner so I don't have to email you. But yeah, excited to get this league started. Hopefully it's going to be a fun one and everyone has a good time.
Thanks, everyone play your U.S. Cup games.
That's right, play your U.S. Cup games. I'm recording those in the Discord, so you can see your name.
Excellent.
And I have been given permission by at least one member of Team Illinois to give Frank a stern talking to for not being signed up for OTSL. So I'm probably going to see him this weekend in person. So I will give him a stern talking to at that time to tell him to sign up for OTSL.
Definitely do that.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for watching, folks. That you have the draw. I'll go ahead and upload this to YouTube. So anybody who wants to watch over JR and I stumbling over pronunciations and see where you are, you can feel free to do that. Or you can feel free to wait for JR's email on Saturday. Either way, that was fun. But now it's done. So long, everybody.